In a quiet suburb in California, there lived a hardworking man named David and his 17-year-old son, Ethan. David owned a modest workshop where he repaired and crafted furniture, known around town for his skill and dedication. However, his pride and joy, Ethan, didn't share his work ethic. Ethan preferred hanging out with friends, gaming, and scrolling through social media. He avoided responsibilities and often dismissed his father's lessons on hard work and perseverance. One day, after Ethan spent an entire weekend lounging around, David decided it was time to teach his son a lesson he'd never forget. David handed Ethan a plain, faded t-shirt, the kind anyone might toss into a donation box. "Ethan," he said, "how much do you think this t-shirt is worth?" Ethan looked at it skeptically. "Maybe $1, Dad. Who'd want this?" David smiled knowingly. "All right, I want you to sell it for $5. Let's see what you can do." Ethan raised an eyebrow, thinking his father had finally lost it, but he shrugged. "Fine, I'll give it a try." He went to a nearby flea market, holding the shirt up and pitching it to passers-by. "Hey, anyone want this classic vintage tee for just $5? Most people ignored him, but after a couple of hours, a kind stranger took pity and bought the shirt. Ethan returned home, triumphantly waving the $5 bill. "See, I did it," he said. David nodded with a smile. "Good job, son. But we're not done yet." He handed Ethan another old t-shirt, just as plain as the first. "Now sell this one for $50. Ethan's jaw dropped. $50? For this? Are you serious? David chuckled. "Yes, get creative. I know you can do it." Though doubtful, Ethan decided to give it a shot. After brainstorming, he borrowed some art supplies from a friend and painted an intricate design on the shirt, turning it into a one-of-a-kind piece. Ethan then took it to a trendy coffee shop known for hosting local artists. A young professional admired the shirt, loved its design, and bought it for the full $50. Ethan raced home beaming. "I did it, Dad. I sold it for $50. David's eyes twinkled. "Great work. Now for your final challenge." He handed Ethan yet another t-shirt, this one no different from the others. "This time, I want you to sell this shirt for $500, Dad." Ethan laughed in disbelief. $500? Come on, Dad, that's impossible." David placed a reassuring hand on Ethan's shoulder. "Nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it. Think big, Ethan. I believe in you." Inspired by his father's confidence, Ethan thought hard. A few days later, he heard exciting news. A famous actor, Ryan Prescott, was attending a charity gala at the local theater. Seizing the opportunity, Ethan devised a bold plan. He managed to get into the gala's lobby and waited patiently. When Ryan Prescott appeared, Ethan approached him with a mix of nerves and determination. "Mr. Prescott," he said earnestly, holding the plain t-shirt, "I'm working on a personal project to prove that creativity and effort can turn anything into something valuable. Would you mind signing this shirt?" Intrigued by the young man's resolve, Ryan chuckled and autographed the shirt. Ethan returned to the crowd and announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, I have an exclusive t-shirt signed by Ryan Prescott. Starting bid, $500. The crowd buzzed with excitement, and a bidding war erupted. By the end, Ethan sold the shirt for an astonishing $2,000. Overjoyed, Ethan rushed home and handed the money to his father. "Dad, I did it. I sold the t-shirt for $2,000. David's eyes filled with pride and a touch of emotion. "You've done well, Ethan, but tell me, what have you learned from all this?" Ethan paused, reflecting on the journey. "I've learned that value isn't just in the object itself. It's in the effort, creativity, and belief you put into it. And if you work hard enough, even the impossible becomes possible." David nodded. "Exactly, son. Just like you added value to those t-shirts, you can do the same with your life. Remember, it's not about where you start. It's about how much effort you're willing to put in. Never let anyone tell you something can't be done." Ethan smiled, a new sense of determination lighting up his face. That lesson stayed with him, shaping how he approached challenges in school, work, and life. This story teaches us that life's greatest achievements often come from persistence, creativity, and believing in yourself. The value of anything, whether it's a t-shirt or your own life, is what you make of it. No matter the obstacles, there's always a way to rise above them with determination and resourcefulness. If you've ever experienced similar stories in your life, don't hesitate to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. We would love to hear your story.